controlling our wealth is the path to prosperity and freedom, while being controlled by it can lead to poverty. These words by Irish philosopher and statesman Edmund Burke continue to resonate with great relevance today, where money is often seen as the ultimate measure of success. Despite our diverse goals and motivations, many of us end up trapped in the incessant cycle of earning, spending, and balancing our wants and needs. Faced with this reality, it's natural to wonder about the hidden principles of wealth and how we can achieve financial success in a sustainable way. Today's episode will seek to answer this question by presenting 12 fundamental rules that govern money and show you how to make it work in your favor. Number 1, let money work for you. A crucial difference between the rich and the poor lies in the way each group handles money. While the rich make money work for them, the poor work hard for their money. The rich focus on long-term strategies and hire the best minds to manage their businesses, allowing them to devote time to strategic planning. On the other hand, the poor often spend all their time working for others without the time or resources to think strategically. The rich diversify their sources of income, creating passive streams that allow them to earn money without continuous active work. The poor, on the other hand, generally depend on a single salary to survive, often living from paycheck to paycheck. In addition, the rich usually have a detailed plan for their expenses and always keep an emergency fund. In contrast, the poor rarely have a financial safety net, which leaves them vulnerable to emergencies. Number 2, money attracts money. This is one of the most significant rules in the financial world. Influential and wealthy people tend to associate with others who share their financial status. This doesn't mean that they completely avoid contact with lower-income individuals, but rather that their wealth naturally places them in similar social circles. Economic affinity facilitates the creation of networks that further boost wealth accumulation. Some may believe that rich people are arrogant or despise poor people, but the truth is that these two groups often have little in common in terms of lifestyle, interests, and opportunities. If your goal is to become wealthy, it is essential to build relationships with financially successful people. By associating with wealthy individuals, you can learn from their experiences, acquire their habits, and eventually become part of that group. Number 3, money favors risk takers. As we get older, our aversion to risk tends to increase. A 23-year-old is probably more willing to invest in high-risk options than a 70-year-old. However, taking risks is often necessary to achieve great financial rewards. Those who choose to play it safe can miss out on significant opportunities that could transform their lives. Usually, greater financial opportunities are associated with greater risks. Those willing to take these risks, when well calculated, have the chance of achieving a substantial return. The key is to find a balance between risk and reward, always assessing the possible consequences, but without letting fear stop you from moving forward. In this episode, we'll explore in more depth these and other rules that can transform your financial approach and help you build a solid foundation for success and financial freedom. So while you're still young, it's crucial to invest smartly and embrace calculated risks in all areas of your life. This is the ideal time to build a solid foundation for your financial future, taking advantage of the opportunities that come with youth and a willingness to learn and experiment. Number 4, money despises profligate spenders. Just as a sugar bowl empties if you constantly use it without refilling it, so it is with money. If you spend incessantly without creating strategies to replenish your finances, you will eventually run out of resources. Wealthy people understand this dynamic well and therefore adopt meticulous strategies to ensure that the money they spend is always replenished, allowing them to accumulate wealth on an ongoing basis. It's not enough just to achieve a certain amount of wealth. You also need to know how to preserve and multiply it. Indulging in luxurious experiences such as first-class travel, luxury cars, and mansions can be tempting, but it is essential to ensure that you have reliable means of replenishing the funds that have been used for these indulgences. Thornton T. Monger once observed, that the habit of saving is a form of education in itself, as it promotes virtues such as self-denial, cultivates a sense of order, and trains forethought, broadening the mind. This quote underlines the importance of saving, which teaches us valuable life lessons and shapes our character, preparing us to deal better with financial challenges. Number 5. Money is made in the midst of crisis. Warren Buffett, one of Wall Street's most renowned figures and a billionaire recognized by Forbes, pointed out that the secret to financial success in the stock market is to be greedy when others are afraid, and to be cautious when others are greedy. This advice goes beyond investments and applies to various areas of life, as crises often create unique opportunities for astute individuals to make significant gains. During a crisis, some needs become more evident, resulting in greater demand for certain assets, while the prices of others can plummet. For example, the real estate market often suffers in periods of economic crisis, and stock prices can fall dramatically. However, the wealthy see these moments as golden opportunities, acquiring valuable assets, restructuring debts, and accumulating liquidity. Consider a scenario in which a property originally valued at $1 million can be purchased for only $750,000 due to low demand during a crisis. If the buyer keeps this property for a few years, it is likely to appreciate significantly, resulting in substantial profits. Similarly, when share prices fall during a crisis, many investors panic and sell their assets to avoid greater losses. However, those who understand the principles of wealth creation see these falls as opportunities to buy shares at reduced prices, knowing that the economic difficulties are temporary and that the recovery will bring an increase in the value of the assets acquired. It is therefore wise to save money and invest prudently during the next crisis, as these times of economic instability often offer the best opportunities to significantly increase your net worth. Number 6. Money is easy to get, but hard to keep. Although many people manage to make money relatively easily, they often face major challenges in keeping it over the long term. This phenomenon is known as the big check syndrome. A typical example is that of a real estate agent who sells a $6 million house and receives a substantial commission. However, without a proper financial management plan, this amount quickly evaporates, leaving the realtor with little or nothing to show for the big deal. This scenario highlights the importance not only of making money, but of developing the discipline and skills needed to keep it and make it grow. Maintaining your wealth requires strategic planning, control over spending impulses, and a clear understanding of how to invest and save effectively. Those who master this art are able to turn temporary gains into lasting wealth, ensuring their financial security for the future. Let's imagine a real estate agent who, in a single month, managed to close a spectacular sale, earning a commission of $200,000. Buoyed by this momentary success, the realtor begins to live as if this extraordinary sum were a constant in his life. He adopts a luxurious lifestyle, forgetting that his average monthly income is only around $17,000. This initial influx of money creates an illusion of abundance, leading the broker to spend wildly without considering that the sudden increase in income is actually temporary. This behavior is common among many people who, upon seeing large sums of money appear in their bank accounts, become euphoric and tend to spend without thinking. Instead of investing these funds intelligently in order to multiply them, they change their lifestyles and indulge in superfluous spending, ignoring the fact that this lucky streak can be fleeting. It is essential to remember that money thrives when it is nurtured, well cared for, and strategically used. Although it can be relatively easy to make money, keeping it and making it grow is a challenge that requires discipline and planning. According to data from Forbes, around 80% of new millionaires end up losing their wealth status within a few years, which is an alarming statistic and worthy of reflection. How the improper handling of money can lead to financial ruin, even for those who have reached the top. Number 7. Money loves secrecy. To maximize the effectiveness of your money, it is crucial to maintain a certain level of secrecy in your finances. A wise strategy is to keep a secret personal account that no one else knows about. Financial privacy is fundamental because when people know about your financial situation, they often tend to try to take advantage of it. While it's important to help loved ones in times of need, being overly transparent about your finances can lead to constant requests for help, putting unnecessary strain on your resources and eventually damaging your relationships when you can't fulfill every request. Keeping a secret account can serve as a lifeline in cases of emergency, such as an unexpected bankruptcy, unforeseen expenses, or other situations that require a financial reserve. You never know when these unforeseen events might occur, and having a fund set aside can make all the difference. Number 8. Money hates stagnation. It may sound funny, but there's a lot of truth in the idea that money hates to sit still. Let's examine this in more depth. For example, if you keep investing money in a business that doesn't make a profit, your capital will stagnate, resulting in losses. Diversifying your income is essential, as money prefers to be invested in different areas and sectors. By doing so, you allow your wealth to grow in several directions, protecting yourself against the risk of losing everything in a single failed venture. Keeping large sums of money in a bank account with no income is almost like wasting it, as it loses value over time due to inflation. However, it's important to keep in mind that a secret account, as we mentioned earlier, is still vital for emergencies. The main lesson here is to keep your money in constant motion, making it work for you and generating more income rather than leaving it idle and depreciating. Number 9. Money is a game of exchange. Money is generated through exchanges, where some people earn money while others receive it. Although this distinction may seem subtle, it is significant. Making money, in the traditional sense, involves exchanging your time and energy for money, receiving payment for each hour worked. In contrast, making money, in the more strategic sense, involves using your time and energy to create passive or semi-passive income opportunities, where money continues to flow even when you're not actively working. Understanding this difference is crucial for anyone who wants to build sustainable wealth. By focusing on strategies that allow you to earn money more efficiently and less dependent on active work, you begin to play the financial game on a completely different level. These strategies include investing, creating businesses that can operate autonomously, and diversifying your sources of income. In this way, money stops being just an exchange of time for payment and becomes a real instrument of financial freedom. And we talk about the ability to generate repeat income. Creativity plays a crucial role. An example of this is the creation of a new product, which once launched, generates continuous profits with each sale, regardless of whether you are earning or receiving money. However, for this money to flow, it is essential that it has a source, be it from a buyer's pocket or a company's bank account. This means that in order to attract money, there must be a clear benefit that motivates the exchange. Creating value, therefore, is a fundamental necessity for this transaction to take place and for profits to be made. Number 10. Money loves to be controlled. Money at its core thrives when it is under control. When you allow your finances to slip out of your grasp, you could be heading for serious problems. It's crucial to keep a tight rein on the amount of money in each of your bank accounts, as well as to monitor your regular expenses on an ongoing basis. If you don't take control of your money, it will inevitably start to control your spending, which could lead you into a dangerous debt situation. It is therefore imperative that you regulate your finances with discipline and attention, or you risk finding yourself in an unfavorable financial situation where your finances dictate your choices rather than you dictating the course of your financial life. Number 11. Money loves authenticity. When it comes to money and business, it's essential to follow your own path. Original and innovative ideas will always find their market, especially in a world where there is a notable shortage of creativity in the business sector. Many companies focus so much on their products that they end up neglecting their core values. As an entrepreneur, it's vital to be willing to challenge the status quo and tirelessly promote your unique vision for the world. While learning from successful individuals is valuable, it's important not to become a mere copy of their lives. Instead, you should stay true to yourself and develop a financial journey that aligns with your specific circumstances and aspirations. Start by absorbing other people's valuable insights, but then chart your own path, shaping your career and investments according to your personal values and goals. Number 12. Money should never be seen as both the problem and the solution. Many people fall into the trap of believing that borrowing more money will solve their financial problems. However, this approach often results in a vicious cycle of debt accumulation, making the situation even more complicated to resolve. Instead of relying on loans to overcome financial difficulties, it is crucial to explore alternative sources of income. This is, in fact, the only effective way to solve long-term financial problems. Consider finding additional work, getting a second job, or even starting your own business to increase your income. These strategies can provide you with the resources you need to stabilize your finances without sinking into debt. Conclusion. That concludes today's discussion. We really value your feedback and would love you to share your thoughts and reflections in the comments section below. If you found the content useful, don't forget to give us a like and consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. And of course, click on the bell icon to keep up to date with our latest videos. We hope to see you again